Hello and welcome, dear students, today with a new lesson for grade 9 about homeostasis. What is homeostasis and how can we control the homeostasis? How our body control the homeostasis and reach the balanced status. So the glossary, we have many words like maintain, which means keep up, constant, which mean the same, internal, which means inside the body, also environment, which means the surroundings of the body. What is homeostasis? The body cells work best if they have the correct temperature, water level, glucose concentration. So your body has a mechanism to keep the cells in a constant environment. What is the homeostasis? So the definition of the homeostasis: the maintenance of a constant environment inside the body, which is called homeostasis. Controlling body temperature. How do the body control its internal temperature? So, all mammals maintain a constant body temperature, and especially the human being have a body temperature of about 37 Celsius. For example, if your body is in a hot environment, your body temperature is 37 Celsius. And if your body is in a cold environment, your body temperature is still 37 Celsius. How is that? Let us identify. Controlling the body temperature. As animal with a large surface area compared to their volume will lose the heat faster than animal with a smaller surface area. We have the relation between volume and surface area. So, when the volume is bigger, the surface area is smaller. When the volume is smaller, the surface area becomes bigger. So, the 1 cube has a surface area ratio of 1 to 6, but the volume of 2 cubes had a surface area ratio of about 1.5, 1 to 5. And for every 1 unit of heat made, heat is lost out of 6 sides. But for every 1 unit of heat made, heat is lost of 5 sides. The bigger the volume, surface area ratio is, the faster the heat will be lost. Penguin hudding to keep warm. To minimize its surface area, it stays together and attach their body each to other, and they decrease their surface area. What mechanism are there to cool the body down? Sweating. Sweating is excreting water into the external skin. When your body is hot, sweat glands are stimulated to release sweat. The liquid sweat turns into gas. It evaporates, so it turns into a gaseous state which absorbs heat from the body. To do this, it needs heat. So, when we produce sweat, the sweat goes into the outer surface of the skin and it evaporates. And to do this, it needs heat. It gets that heat from your skin. So, as your skin loses heat, it cools down. So, let us see this diagram. The skin, the heat goes up into the skin and evaporates with the water vapor. What mechanism are there to cool the body down? Vasodilation. Your blood carries most of the heat energy around your body. So when a vasodilation happens, the capillaries underneath your skin that can be filled with blood if you get too hot. This brings the blood closer to the surface of the skin, so more heat can be lost. This is the way you look red when you are hot. as if the body temperature rises, the blood vessel dilates, which means vasodilation, and it dilates, which means get bigger. So this means more heat is lost from the surface of the skin. What mechanisms are there to warm the body up? Vasoconstriction. This is the opposite of vasodilation. The capillaries underneath your skin get constricted, which means shut off or become smaller. This takes the blood away from the surface of the skin, so less heat can be lost. If the temperature falls, the blood vessel constrict, get shut off. This means less heat is lost from the surface of the skin. What mechanisms are there to warm the body up? Piloerection. Piloerection is when the hair on your skin stand up. It's sometimes called goosebumps or chicken skin. The hair traps the layer of air next to the skin, which is then warmed by the body heat. The air becomes insulating area or insulating layer. So we can see in this drawing that the air is trapping heat around the skin, controlling glucose level. The second level of homeostasis is controlling glucose level. Your cells also need an exact level of glucose in the blood. Your cell also need an exact level of glucose in the blood. Excess glucose gets turned into glycogen in the liver. This is regulated by two hormones, chemicals. Hormones are chemicals that induce organs, produced by glands. It's produced from a gland, which is called pancreas. The hormone is insulin. Insulin is produced by pancreas. Pancreas is a gland which produce hormone called insulin. So the glycogen here, when the glucose in the blood is too much, the insulin will convert some of it to glycogen and stored in the liver. If there is not enough glucose in the blood, glucagon converts some glycogen into glucose. So the glucagon converts glycogen into glucose and return it to the bloodstream. Diabetes. Some people do not produce enough insulin. When they eat food, the glucose level in their blood cannot be reduced. This condition is known as diabetes. So we know now that diabetes is inability of body to reduce glucose levels. Diabetes sometimes have to be injected with insulin into the blood of patients. They have to be careful for their diet. So the diabetic person needs insulin injections and take care of their diet. So the glucose level concentration and time. When we eat meal in this point, the glucose level rises. Then insulin produced and glucose level fall to normal again. When somebody have diabetes, glucose level rise after a meal, but insulin is not produced enough, so glucose level stays high. And insulin is not produced to turn glucose into glycogen. So the insulin is not working or not secreted in enough amount. Controlling water levels. The fourth term of homeostasis is controlling water level. The control of water level is carried out by the kidneys. So it's closely linked to the excretion of urea. Urea is a waste product that is made when liver breaks down protein that are not needed by the body. So when an excess protein is in the blood, the liver breaks down it. and to urea. So urea contains the element nitrogen. The kidneys. The kidneys clean the blood of waste products and control how much water is kept in the body. The waste product and water make up urine, which is excreted via the ureters. Dirty blood enters the kidney through the renal artery. Then several things happen to clean the blood. Here we have the blood enter the tubule area in the capillary. Then the capillary forms a small knot near the kidney tubule. The blood is filtered so all the small particles go into the tubule. Then the capillary then carries on to run next to the tubule. The kidney tubule now contains a lot of blood components including glucose, ions, water, urea. So, the kidney filters only the water and urea. Then it reabsorbs sugar, as the body needs to have sugar in the blood for cells to use in respiration. So, all the sugar is reabsorbed back into the capillary. Reabsorb water. Water and ions are the next to be absorbed. It depends on how much is needed by the body. Reabsorbing water. If you have too little water in your blood, you will produce very concentrated urine. Very little water amount in the urine. If you have too much water in your blood, you will produce very dilute urine. Lots of water in urine. And excrete waste. Everything that is left in the kidney tubule is waste. All the urea and the excess water. This waste of urea and excess water is called urine. It's excreted via the ureter and is stored in the bladder. Summary of urine production. Urine is the waste product made in the liver. Water content of the body is controlled in the kidney. Urea, water, and other waste make up urine. Urine travels down into the ureter and then is stored in the bladder. Urine is excreted through or via the urethra. Goodbye and thank you.